Well, we've just done another fantastic ride. We've been over into West Yorkshire to a place called Emley Moor. And by the time I get home, I'll cover 70 miles and then over 5,000 feet of climbing. But my ride ends here at Hollingworth Lake today. Anyway, here's the video and I hope you like it. And it all starts with the guys taking photographs of their bikes. A rally in there as well. No. Come on, Mike, let's make it.
No, you're polluting the sea.
Mike, come on. Seems like it's just Pinarello boys only here at the moment. Messing about. It's what happens when you get dogmas, isn't it? Hey Mike, what happens when you get a dogma? Have you got your valves in the right position? They call it Biggie Smallsy. That's for GCM, Biggie Smallsy. You need to have the valves at the right angle, both of them.
You know what? By the wall will be better.
Oh my God!
I'm going.
Oh my God! What's going on?
Like
You can Photoshop the sign out, Mike. Let's have a. What's going on here, Mike? Like, what does it mean?
Pair of weirdos. I don't know what to do. These people are looking at us all mental.
This is what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, my rally's going on that. The rally's going to have to join you.
No.
Look. Perfection.
Can't use that language.
I'll cut it out. Oh, we've not done yet.
Oh.
Owen, what's going on? Owen, speak to me.
I just don't know. Watch me paintwork. I'm watching it. Go away.
Right, we're now having to proof watch the photographs they've took.
Yeah, super. Oh.
Came here to do a bike ride.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. Oh, great.
Excellent.
Cereal.
Beep! Beep! Apparently I can put my bike there now to take a picture. Anyway, let's get back to riding. I'm a cyclist and I live in the Pennines, and at the moment we're cycling through Hebden Bridge again. It's meant to be a nice warm day today. It's the middle of September. Some guys are ahead of us and some guys are behind us. We're now in Halifax, just near Savile Park. Quite a nice part of the town. I've got Mike beside me. That's Mike. A couple of the guys, they turned back because it's the rugby this weekend and the World Cup. Oh, it's bumpy here. And it's meant to be nice and sunny, and at the moment it's really fresh. And we're in the high mist. It's very cold. Okay, we're 23 miles into the ride. Just on the outskirts of Brighouse. Into a pretty strong headwind as well. The mist has cleared, it's warming up. Owen's got a new bike, and we do have, just for Owen, some baby wipes.
Good. Machine, you see. Machine.
Machine.
Needs cleaning.
We're off.
Tell Mike he can't use language like that.
Yeah, we can't be swearing, anything inappropriate of any nature. We're now on the outskirts of Wakefield, about 35 miles into the ride, and we're going to take a right onto the B6117 towards Netherton. We can now see Emley Moor transmitter tower. It's a massive thing that on the horizon. That's near the Café. 37 miles into the ride. So here we are, just approaching the Café, and as you can see, it's turned out to be a beautiful day. It had warmed up quite a lot. Now, this is a good cafe. We've been here quite a few times before, and the views are fantastic from that conservatory window there. These are sociable rides, and we train hard through the week just to get a good weekend ride in. Froome was isolated at the head of the race when he's had a crash. So he said, I need a wee. But he didn't need a wee. He said, if you use the yellow jersey to stop the race almost. Oh, yeah. And they're saying if that happened, you should carry on racing because it's now to do with Froome having an issue. He's exploited the yellow jersey rule. Anyway, having devoured lots of sausage and egg butties, cream teas, scones, you name it, and putting the cycling world to rights, it was time to head back on the road and find a great route back to our local hills in the Pennines. So at this stage we cycled 42 miles and the return leg was not a bad one. It was about 28 miles, but it was still quite hilly, and the route back today would be through Elland, Greetland and Barkisland, eventually heading towards Ripponden, and these are all very hilly areas, so we had to still save some energy and make sure we can make it up the climbs. So here we are now on another descent. This is where we're somewhere near Kirkeaton and Upper Heaton. And it's quite a long descent. I've got Mark in front. Mark's a good descender. And we are fair moving here. And we're touching around 35 to 40 miles per hour for long parts of this descent. As you can see there, I am tucking in, just making use of some slipstreaming, and even with that gap, Mark is punching a nice hole through the air for me. And then a couple of series of right-handers, left-handers, and the pace is still really good. There's Mark there taking that left-hander nice and tightly, and I know the guys are behind me, but probably some gaps are opening up on this descent. It is a long descent. It can be hard work descending like this, so whenever you can, take a breather and let the bike do the work for you, but keep streamlined at all times. And again, reading the road signs, we've got left-handers approaching. Just be mindful of traffic because we're not messing about here at all. As you can see there, Mark's caught a car up, so he's got to be careful of the vehicles, traffic, and just to keep safe distances. There we are, we've made it safely to the bottom of this descent. Anyone any water?
Oh yeah, that's a top up, wasn't it?
A quid?
Yeah. A quid?
A quid?
Let's get rid of it all.
A quid? Oh. Sorry, Owen. So, having topped up with some water, it was time to hit the road once more, and this descent here, it's one of them that really gives me what I can only describe as the willies. This is a super sharp, short and fast descent. We're heading now very quickly in towards Elland. The only thing here is that I was behind a couple of cars and the guys were in front and they were having a blast. Look at the car there, he's got his brake lights on. I cannot overtake on this road at all, it's not safe to do so. Therefore I'm riding very conservatively at the moment. And the car in front is about to turn right so I can get through on the gap. But I was once coming down here a few years ago with some of the lads and I was hitting 50 miles an hour here and somebody passed me on the right hand side of me and hit this descent at over 54 miles per hour, and the rider in question is a very good rider, very experienced, but look around, it's built up, the risks are so high, but we all live to tell the tale. Please be safe when you're descending at high speeds.
Mike has got behind a bus and shot off up here, so we'll probably get a KOM now. Nowhere to be seen. Okay, there's now 3 of us. Mark's peeled off on his way back home. We're in Greetland. Got quite a nice hilly section to get back home. Maybe one more good descent.
But here we are now on the descent of the B6113. And there's the Fleet's pub on the right hand side. This is a classic cycling road. The Tour de France came up it a few years ago. And here I am now just passing Owen, trying to make some headway down this really sharp and very short descent. You got to be careful down here. It's super fast and it's got a cracking right hand bend halfway down on the descent. As you can see there, we've got a good road ahead of us. It's a clear view and just take it easy. Just negotiating a bump in the road there, but it was a nice smooth bump. We're now hitting this bend at some good pace. Cut into the apex and then exit slightly wider and then get out of the saddle and just pedal hard now. You've got a long straight road ahead of you. You will get some good speed along here. And please don't try this at home unless you are a competent bike rider. And at this stage here, we've probably reached a terminal velocity. I know Mike's behind me, he's drafting, but we're not racing. There's Mike coming through, as he always does.
Whoa, that was fast! Very fast! Whoa! I think I hit 46 then. What'd you hit, Mike? 47 I got. 100. Freewheeling. Well, we've just climbed up Blackstone Edge. Very warm. Yep, from the Ripon side, it's hot. We're sweating now. No ice cream van. No. But we should have a very fast descent down the Blackstone Edge with a tailwind.
So looking at the computer there, we're 63 miles into the ride and we're just winding up the bike, getting the pace high. And here's a few clips from this descent. It was a fast one today, just passing the White House pub there on the right. And the pace is already pretty good. And I was hitting around the 40 miles per hour mark very quickly along here. Looking at my legs, the cadence is building up and I've got a nice series of left-handers and right-handers just approaching. Tucking in now, probably hitting this at around 47 miles per hour. Negotiating the bends, I know the road quite well. And here we are now on what can be a very fast section. The speed limit is 40 miles per hour and I am sticking to that speed limit. And on this section, this is just after the Moorcock pub, this can be super fast and I did max out above the speed limit on this descent today. I'm just approaching Littleborough where we all regroup and have a chat about the descent. And we bumped into some fellow riders.
I don't know what happens to that tailwind.
There you go.
Alright, yeah, fuck.
Hey, it's Dave.
Anyway, that was another cracking ride out with the lads. And on the next video, we're actually out with the drone. Now on this day, it was absolutely tipping it down because the weather was so bad. I went out for a bike ride in the car. And I joined the lads on the road, and I'll give you a different perspective of going for a bike ride whilst in a car. Anyway, if you like these videos, let me know and I will keep on making them for you. And thank you for watching.